Hello everyone and welcome back for another edition of 8 Minutes with Aaron. I am of course your host Aaron, and today we are talking about WWE Smackdown that took place on Halloween night, October 31st, 2025 at the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. So let's get rolling with a fresh edition of this guy right here, Aaron. As the show kicked off, we had Jade Cargill in the ring, and who stomped down in the ring? Tiffany Stratton, because she was pissed off about what happened last week, and she wants to just have this match right here, right now. Jade Cargill's like, you can bring up Nick, all this. I was like, no, we need to save this for Saturday Night Main Event. You can't do this right now, and I'm not even sure, Tiffany, if you can compete in this match. Your leg looks injured, your mind's all over the place. Do you think you can continue this reign as champion in this condition? And Tiffany Stratton's like, I can do it! Stop telling me I can't do it! And Jade Cargill's like, ha. Now, I'm pretty sure that, they weren't going to have any kind of interaction with each other, so this was kind of felt a little and out of place. Alright, the first thing that we had in the matches was the WWE United States title defense, the open challenge. We got Dragunov the champion, and who was he going to face? It was a team of Fraxium or Axiom, whatever the hell they're called. One half of the team, it was a guy with the red hair. I gotta read his name, Nathan Frazier. He came in the ring, but before he could even open his mouth, Tommaso Ciampa ran into the ring in front of him and said, I'm taking the challenge. I hit the ring and got in front of you first. Dragunov's like, nah, I'm giving it to Frazier, and the match began. This was actually a pretty good match, good back and forth. Frazier did a very good offensive against Dragunov. Dragunov is just very strong. I hate that fucking H-bomb in the end shit. That's, of course, of how I picked up the victory. And Dragunov also dropped Frazier on his head really hard, and I thought he was out for a while. Overall, I'm going to give this match down because I wasn't entertained, and I really didn't give a shit about either of them. And following the match, Tommaso Ciampa and whatever his partner's name is that I can't really think of right now, something with a J, came down to the ring, Johnny Gargano, and beat the shit out of Nathan, and then the other Axiom dude came down, and then Dragunov came out to try to break them up, and then they went into the backstage area, then they finally got broken up, and then there was Tama Tonga standing with the the United States title in front of Dragunov, and Dragunov was huffing and puffing, and then my boy goes, yeah! And that ended the first couple minutes of SmackDown. It's a pretty big of a doozy. All right, we had Carmelo Hayes versus Kit Wilson. He doesn't really wrestle a lot. I know he's part of the Pretty Deadly team, and I really don't follow them or give a shit. He's been saying a lot of crap about toxic masculinity. He did that shit a while back to Damian Priest, and then he did it last week with Carmelo Hayes. They had a match, and Wilson was actually doing most of the offense, which made me think that maybe Carmelo Hayes would lose, but Carmelo Hayes couldn't lose because he's trying to get pushed up, and he's going to get in a feud with The Miz, because following the match, after Carmelo Hayes hit his whatever finisher, Miz ran in the ring, hit a skull-crushing finale, and said, "This ain't over! It's over when I say it's over!" This match is going to get a down. Not a big fan of the Kit Wilson, and I'm not a big fan of the Carmelo Hayes thing, so... Alright, let's talk about the next match that we had. Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I always feel that when it's a little smaller person against a big, giant, oversized person, that it's not believable. And I'll tell you what, it wasn't believable at all. A lot of back and forth. Alexa Bliss got a lot of sloppy moves on her. Nia Jax is just horrible in the ring. And it came down to Charlotte Flair distracting Nia Jax. And then she got like a push pin over the ropes when she tried to do like her sit down shit, the snacks later or whatever the fuck it's called, the Annihilator. And yeah, it was like a little small package pin. And Bliss got the 1, 2, 3. I'm giving this match a down. Next week, it's going to be Charlotte Flair versus Nia Jax. I don't give a fuck. Why are the tag team champions going on solo matches? I just don't know. I just don't know. Is one of them going to screw the other one by accident? Possibly. And cause a rift? Yeah, it's very possible. We had the MFTs versus the Motor City Machine Guns. Very good back and forth. Tama Tonga won when he hit Crib Sabian with the cutthroat. I think that's like whatever the fuck that dude in AEW does. I can't remember his name. I'm going to give this a... because after the match, earlier in the night, Ray Phoenix said that he wants a match against a tall dude who's one of the longest. I don't know his name is Tala Longa. I'm going to say Tala because he's Tala. And yeah, he came down the ring and started fighting him, and everyone backed off so the tall dude can fight Ray Phoenix. and then they beat the shit out of Rey Fenix, and then Shinsuke Nakamura came down, they beat the shit out of Nakamura, and then they stood tall. So I am going to say, before anybody else, that there is going to be a War Games match between Motor City Machine Guns, Shinsuke Nakamura, Rey Fenix, and maybe Dragunov, because, Tama Tonga would be, yeah. So it's possible. We have like a couple weeks before War Games Survivor Series. And, with Rollins out, they got to scramble for new plans, right? All right, cool. I'm glad you guys all agree with me. Did I give this match an up? I'm giving it an up if I didn't give it an up. The MFTs sometimes, they make me laugh. I gotta say, it's sometimes kind of funny. All right, and finally, the end of the night came down to the contract signing for the WWE Undisputed title that will be defended at Saturday Night Main Event between Cody Rhodes, the current champion, versus challenger Drew McIntyre. Now, earlier in the night, Nick Aldis questioned Cody Rhodes whether or not he beat the shit out of Jacob Fatu last week, which I thought was kind of funny, because I was like, why would a face attack Jacob Fatu? And I don't really even know who's going to come out being the person who attacked Jacob Fatu. I'm sure it's going to be Drew McIntyre. I mean, he looks like the guiltiest party unless they throw some kind of big-ass swerve. It could be the MFTs. Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, asked Cody Rhodes. Cody was like, nah. Nick Aldis asked Drew McIntyre. He's like, nah, I didn't do it. He gave him the contract. He said the contract looks good. Cody Rhodes said the contract was good. They both came out, sat at the table. Drew McIntyre went through the contract and said, nope. I can't sign this son of a bitch. Why can't you sign this son of a bitch? Cody Rhodes gets all infuriated. He grabs the fucking contract. He signs it, blah, 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 blah. And Drew basically says, look, he's like, if I hit you with a weapon or something, you win the match. If I get counted out, you win the match. I get screwed by the refs. I get screwed by this, that, and the other thing. I don't want any of that to happen. So if you, by any chance, use a weapon and hit me and get a disqualification, you lose the title. If you get counted out, you lose the title, da-da-da. So basically, there's no championship advantage going into Saturday Night Main Event. And, she's like, okay. Rhodes like, cool, you can have that stipulation. I don't give a shit. Then McIntyre says that Rhodes is going to have this match on Halloween where he has children and he's not taking them trick-or-treating, so he's neglecting his kids. Rhodes got real furious. Hit McIntyre, he grabbed the belt, was about to hit him with the belt. McIntyre rolled out of the ring. Nick Aldis was like, see, Cody, like, chill out. He's like, it's getting you all worked up. Drew came back in the ring. Claymore kicked Cody. He's dead. And just stares over him, and he does the worst thing that you can do ever when you have a match for the title. He held up that motherfucker like an asshole, and now you know that he was going to lose on Saturday Night Main Event. Bastard. Bleh. Anyway, that's what happened. Smackdown, I guess, overall. I'm going to give it a little bit of a dope. I'm giving it up because it ended on a good note. The MFTs went higher, and you got Drew McIntyre, who Claymore kicked Cody Rhodes, and I hate Cody Rhodes. I don't hate Cody Rhodes. I'm just not a big fan. All right, maybe he's growing on me. Anyway, my name is Aaron. Thank you for joining me with 8 Minutes with Aaron. I will see you next time. We're going to more stuff, more things, and, of course, more of me. I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.